welcome to Everything Else, a podcast where we talk about stuff and things and everything in between. I'm Derek. This is Aaron.
I'm Aaron, and that over there is Derek. I say over there because we're not in the same room, so I don't even know where Derek's at. He could be like in Area 51 or something. Who knows? Who really knows? I don't know.
You currently have a video on Skype of me right now. I'm clearly in my room. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true. I had the video kind of down, so I didn't see that. But yeah, you're right. You are, in fact. He is, in fact, in his room. For anybody who's wondering, Derek is, as I can see it in his room.
But that is also why you will hear Aaron kind of be more staticky than normal, because we're using my phone as a microphone instead of an actual microphone. So that's.
Hey, what if you put your phone next to a microphone?
That would probably be worse.
Fair point. It's a fair point. It's a very fair point. That's kind of a dumb question now. Think about it. I want to apologize for asking such a dumb question. All right, what's the topic of discussion today, Derek?
So today we're going to be talking about life after Lisa.
Life after Lisa?
I want to throw a Bowling for Soup reference in there, but it's life after high school.
Listen, dude, nobody knows anything about Bowling for Soup except 1985, all right?
I mean...
And Phineas and Ferb.
Actually, most people don't know that's Bowling for Soup, but also High School Never Ends is pretty popular too.
I forgot that was Bowling for Soup. So, you know.
Also, Punk Rock 101 is pretty popular as well.
I don't know that song.
Really?
No, I don't know that song. So anyway, life after high school.
Yeah, so we've kind of touched on it a little bit in past episodes, but we wanted to have another just, get to know us kind of episode. So just kind of our lives once we walked across that threshold and stayed up all night at the Civic Center for Project Graduation.
Dude, you remember Project Graduation? Are we going to start there? Because that's technically after high school.
I mean, we can start there. That's fine.
It was fun. All right, next subject.
Really, that's all you got?
I was working at the time. I was working at Walmart, so I was working quite a bit. I don't know if you remember, I was working all the time, but it was interesting because that was I actually had a day or two off for graduation and for project graduation, and it was fun. Really though, I don't know. At the end of it, I was ready to go home. I was like, all right, I'm so done with this school. This is it. I'm done after this, and I've never looked back.
Yeah, it was fun to do the stuff, but honestly, by 2-3 in the morning, we were all just kind of can we just go home? We're tired.
Yeah, really. It was. Yeah, I mean, what time did they end up letting us out? 6? It was late.
Yeah, it was 5 o'clock. They kind of got all the prizes together and had to start going one by one to go collect them. And by 6 o'clock, I think everyone got out of there.
Yeah, it was. A lot of us had work and whatnot, so yeah. I think I worked the next day. I worked next night or something.
Yeah, I think I was still at the snowball stand or something, so I should have been good.
It's fun. Some of the little games were fun though. They had some fun stuff.
Yeah, I regret getting to the ring with you with those oversized gloves. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, it was a bad idea on your part.
I don't know why I thought I even had a slight chance. I had no upper body strength at the time, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I actually forgot about that until you mentioned it. That was pretty fun. But then, so after that, let's talk about after high school. Let's start with you because I think you've done a lot more things of interest than I have. So you go ahead and take the floor. So you just talk for the next, 50 minutes.
What? So you can have just a 5-minute little spotlight and just call it a day?
Yes, that's the idea here.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do. I don't think I can talk for 50 minutes, considering how fast I talk in general. So, but the biggest thing was after high school, I did what most people did and went to college. Went to college at UL Lafayette. Originally, I went to school for chemical engineering, which after half a semester was nah, I'm done. So when I was kind of thinking about what I want to do instead, I was what if I did something music-ish? And so I kind of just came across music business, which is kind of less musical aspects, but it still has like a lot of music to it. Like you still have to take basic music theory and things like that. But it was really cool. My main memories were being in the marching band because my literally first semester there, we got brand new uniforms for the band. And we took a trip to New York City, which was pretty dope. We were there for about a week and we did a lot of the tourism stuff, but for the Thursday, we did the Macy's Day Parade, which was pretty cool. You were really quiet over there. You're not like making any sort of like acknowledgments or anything.
I was letting you go, man. Yeah, yeah, I actually didn't know you went to college for engineering. I was just kind of taking like mental notes. I was gonna let you finish. I didn't know that actually, which is weird. I feel like I should have known that.
Yeah, you fake friend. Jesus.
Don't bring Jesus into this. No, I don't know why. I don't. I mean, I'm sure I knew it. I don't remember it. I should say. Yeah. Why'd you change? What was the issue?
I was taking the chemical engineering 101 kind of class. And it was basically just like once a week. It was a 2-hour class. You would go in and they would go over the kind of stuff that you're going to be dealing with once you actually graduate and go on with your life. And I realized there was way too much like writing, which I'm not a big fan of, which is ironic considering I've been writing a bunch of short stories lately, but it's different because if it's for work purposes, it's not fun. But if you're writing for fun, it's fun.
Right. No, I understand that.
So,
and I feel the same way, and I'm gonna get into that when I talk about my stuff. But yeah, it's interesting to it's like to look at things that way. Like it's funny the kind of stuff we'll do for fun, and our job may require the same thing, and we're like, no, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? It is interesting.
Yeah. But going back to my college journey. So yeah, the Macy's Parade. I don't think not a single one of these listeners have been in the Macy's Parade unless they went with UL's band with me. But it's
you're gonna get added. Some one person from like some place. I've been there. Damn it! Like we're gonna get added for that, Derek. Good job.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. But anyway, yeah, it's definitely a weird experience, especially if you're in like a marching band for the parade, because they have these like rehearsals at like 3:00 in the morning for the TV people to like set up the angles and stuff. So we literally had to get on the bus at like 1:30, 2:00 in the morning to get to 34th Street to do our practice run, which we only had 10 minutes to do like 2 or 3 runs. And then we had to just go. And once we did our practice run, I think we went somewhere for breakfast. I think it was like Chili's or something. I don't know. It was some just random generic restaurant. And we just kind of chilled on the bus for a couple hours. Then eventually we got where we're going to line up. And it was a lot of standing around. It was super windy, super cold, super miserable. And fun fact, the parade starts on like around 83rd, 85th, somewhere in the 80s, one of those streets. And you're going all the way to 34th.
That seems like a pretty long walk.
Yeah, it's pretty much you start about the midway point of Central Park and you end up by Madison Square Garden, just to give you an idea. I don't know how many people actually have like a visual of New York City, but when you're looking at like a map of New York, just the midpoint on the left, imagine just going down until you hit basically Madison Square Garden.
I think your biggest mistake in college, Derek, was not going for geography. You said I wasn't saying enough stuff. I figured I'd interject.
Yeah, honestly, the crazy thing is when I like care about somewhere where I'm gonna go or where I've been, I know the geography so freaking well. Like whenever me and Hannah planned our trip to Los Angeles, by the time we actually went to Los Angeles, I knew my way around.
Los Angeles. Oh, sorry. I like that song.
Sorry, we don't want to be copyrighted when this goes on YouTube.
No, time out. All I said was Los Angeles. That doesn't count. They have to go more than that. They can't get you for like half a second. No way.
Well, considering they have less human moderators right now, a lot of stuff's getting copyrighted more, so.
Which is ridiculous. I mean, come on. I could have been like Los Angeles, E-I-E-I-O. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. Like, it's ridiculous.
Now we're gonna be double copyrighted. God.
There's no copyright for Old McDonald.
How do you know?
There's not because that's one of those like public whatever songs.
Public domain.
Yeah, public. Yeah, that thing.
I don't
even know what that means.
You see, I actually learned things in college. I learned what a public domain is.
I'll show you a public domain. I'll punch you in the face. I'm not gonna punch you. I don't really see it. It doesn't really correlate, does it?
No, it doesn't. But yeah, so we did the parade. It was, like I said, about 50 blocks. Then it took like a good half hour to an hour to do like the group picture because we were like waiting on the group ahead of us and all this other stuff. But
how many people were in the UL band? How many people was that?
We brought, I want to say it was like 275-ish for actual people marching, plus like another 25, 30 chaperones. So we had about 300 people going, which it was kind of funny because we actually had two different planes for the trip. They had like one that was like just for the band that took off from the Lafayette airport. But there was like a group of people who had to go to New Orleans and take a plane out of there.
But it wasn't just a band. There was like some tag-alongs too. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a fun trip. Just, I don't know, I'm hard to impress, I guess, because New York City was just like, it was fun for the first couple days. I was like, eh. It was cool to go to some places like in Central Park, there's an actual area called Strawberry Fields, which I thought was a neat thing.
Why do they call it? I mean, I know the Beatles reference, but I mean, is there something else there that
it's literally across the street from John Lennon's apartment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know, he got shot.
Yeah, I actually got to see the rough spot where he got shot. So there's no blood, so I couldn't get any to clone him or anything. But you know.
Well, I will tell you this: John Lennon, and I'll probably get added for this, was actually a pretty terrible person. So the last thing we need is a John Lennon clone. Yeah, he was a pretty mean guy. But
well, if you make a clone, do they have the same memories or no?
See, that could be a whole episode in and of itself because I don't know. But I will say this: I mean, nature versus nurture. You know, was Hitler born bad or did he become bad? See, that's the question. That's the $1 million question.
He was upset because he got kicked out of art school.
But still, I mean, but look, I've been upset before too, but I've never killed or tried to kill an entire race of people. That you can prove.
True.
So, you know, how much of, anyway, doesn't matter. So, back to New York. So you didn't find it that impressive? Do you think it was just too big or too many people? Or what's the thing?
The thing was, it was kind of daunting to like branch out. So most of where me and my group of friends were like at was like within a few blocks of Times Square.
Right.
So we never strayed like too many blocks one way or the other. The farthest we went was to go to the bus, which we actually stayed at the New Jersey airport, so every day we would have to do a commute to New York City.
Well, you stayed at the New Jersey airport? Is it there's like rooms there?
Yeah, there's like a hotel there, and it's at the Newark airport.
Oh, okay, all right.
Which is like right across the bridge, so.
That's not too bad. Was there a lot of how do the people act? What are they like? What are New York people like?
They don't give a crap. They're just going about their day.
Like, hey, like they all sound like that? Is that real?
I mean, I get we're there during like I said, we're there for the week of Thanksgiving, so a lot of
so it's like a lot of people.
There's
like a lot
tourists.
There's a lot of tourists. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like just going during the middle of the year and where you can get a more genuine New York experience. There's a lot of people there for Thanksgiving and the Macy's parade, which honestly is probably either the biggest or second biggest thing that happens in New York all year. So
What's the what is the what was I trying? I had something. What are the what's the food like? What's the food like in New York?
I ate a lot of pizza.
Is it good? I mean, is it that noticeably different than our pizza? Or
I mean,
what?
to me, pizza is pizza. I will say they had huge slices, which made me happy because I was able to just order like pizza and a soda, and I was good to go. Because there's a pizza joint on like every corner.
Interesting. Was there? So I got a better question than that. Is there a lot of homeless people? Just walking around?
I didn't really catch any, but I'm sure if I went to a different part of New York, there'd be more. But like I said, we're in the very touristy Times Square, so that's more just people in knockoff superhero costumes just trying to get money. Which they get pissed off if you try to take a picture, even just like as a bystander, just like be like, oh, hey, look, I'm taking a picture of you because I just want to put on Facebook, say, hey, there's Spider-Man right there. But no, they get pissed. They're like, yeah, no, you have to pay us if you want a picture. I'm like, oh, never mind then.
But you're not. Do they do anything cool? They just walk around dressed like Spider-Man.
They just walk around dressed as Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, screw that. All right, you're in a public place. I can take a picture of you. Suck it. That's what.
Yeah. But
that'll turn into like me fighting Spider-Man.
But enough about New York. But yeah, the band was pretty fun, and most of the friends I made in college I met through the marching band. I was in it for four years. My very last semester at college, I didn't do it, but my first 4 years I did, because I was at UL for 4.5 years. Because when I switched majors, it kind of put me slightly behind. But another cool thing was when I got to the more actual music business classes is where I kind of met like a lot of the friends. That's actually where I met Hannah, because she was in my program with me. And also Michael and Ben, those two dudes were like, anytime we had class together, we sat by each other. We just like joked around and had a good time. I was actually at Michael's wedding. What was that? God, that was like, what was that, a year? 2 years ago? 1 year ago? I don't remember. He got married and it was nice. Ben's next, so I look forward to his wedding. I hope I get an invite. Ben, if you listen to this, I want an invite.
Me too, Ben. Me too.
You don't even know Ben.
Doesn't mean I deserve an invite.
No.
I know you, so by proxy, I know Ben.
Ben. No. You're not allowed to get an invite unless you've seen this band.
All right, well, doesn't matter, man. Ben, hook me up, man. I appreciate it. I'll bring you something nice.
But yeah,
Anyway.
Those classes were fun. Also, actually, someone I want to get on this podcast one day is one of my professors, Scott Durbin, who is known for being on the Disney original series Imagination Movers, which is
Scott Durbin.
Yeah, he's the mandolin / vocalist.
Oh man, I wish I knew how to play mandolin.
Well, he kind of did like anything that wasn't guitar, bass, or drums. So like he played keyboards, mandolin, all that stuff. But if you ever watch the show, he kind of raps, and it's weird seeing your professor rap on a kid's show. But
unless your professor was like Lil Wayne, then it would make sense.
Why would all Lil Wayne does is just rap and smoke joints. That's all he does.
Well, Derek, you say that like you know from experience. What do you know?
I went to a Blink-182 concert where he was the co-headliner. And
that seems a little weird that Lil Wayne would be a co-headliner for a Blink-182 show.
Yeah, it was weird because like you had Neck Deep, who was actually like a pop punk band, and then you had Lil Wayne in between, and then you had Blink-182 to finish out the show.
I don't even, who even said that was a good idea? It's like, what asshole was like, you know what we need here is, and I don't have anything against Lil Wayne. I'm not saying that. Like I'm kind of a fan, but I just don't see how that fits with Blink-182.
The whole concept was, oh, Blink-182 can branch out with all these other people because Travis Barker.
So Travis Barker can branch out with all these other people. So you telling me?
Yeah, I mean, Travis Barker can play with literally anyone in any genre, but I feel Mark and Matt are kind of just, they're rock guys. They're not rap. I don't,
Right.
it doesn't
Oh,
make
no,
sense.
you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree with you. So anyway, so you get back from New York. You know, you're talking about you go. You know, you meet a couple of cool people in your field of study.
Yeah.
So where does that put us now? Where are we at? What are you
Okay,
doing?
so eventually I graduated from UL Lafayette with the music business degree. I have not used it yet, but I have put in a few applications. Of course, I put the biggest application in like a week before the coronavirus started. So it'll probably be a while before I get back on that one.
Corona. Thanks, coronavirus, you asshole.
Right? But so for the most part I've just been working at Walgreens, which I've been working at Walgreens since my sophomore year of college. I'm kind of at the point where I'm making enough money to where I can sustain myself, which is fine. I eventually do want to branch off to actually use my degree and stuff like I said with the application, that was to Personas in Baton Rouge, who's actually I used a lot of their stuff. I literally have Personas speakers, Personas audio interface, all that stuff. So I feel like I'm almost a fanboy in a way. But Personas is
That's interesting.
they make pretty good stuff and they're based out of Baton Rouge, so it's not like it'd be a huge leap for me.
See, so now let me ask you: is the company, the whole company, is based out of Baton Rouge, or is that just one of their like?
It's like
You know what I mean?
it was created in Baton Rouge. It has branched off to where they have offices around the world.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know Personas. That's interesting to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't remember if they were like audio engineers out of like LSU or something, but I do know they were like from Louisiana and they started the company and they're based out of Baton Rouge as like their central main office.
Yeah, I never knew that was their. I mean, I knew that you were looking into Personas in Baton Rouge. I just assumed that was some kind of satellite office. I didn't realize that was their main office. That's pretty cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're a big company. They're very successful, and their products are well above standard. So that's good. Very good, actually. Hopefully they'll call you back, man. That'd be awesome. We get to bust that degree out and use it as it was intended to be used.
Yeah, I'm not like Hannah, who's literally already using her master's degree in a way, but no,
Give me one of those. Got to give me one of those master's degrees.
you need to get a bachelor's first.
Funny. So let's unpack that a little bit. What made you go work at Walgreens?
I needed a job.
Yeah. So I mean, and a lot of people don't know that you're not just a stalker. You actually have some clout at Walgreens, if you will. So sticking it out kind of worked out for you a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know how to do pretty much anything that needs to be done over there. Like anything. Like you need me to train someone, I can teach them to do pretty much everything. And actually, there's things I'm teaching people who have been there for 15, 20 years because I'm really good at figuring things out. Like I'm a good puzzle solver. And also I'm really good with computers. So
Yeah, that's one of the big things that a lot of the older people, it's kind of harder to get them on the computer train,
yeah, because I literally had a manager who didn't know that Control A selected everything on the screen.
I may or may not have known that as well.
You've never used Control A to just highlight everything to increase the font size or anything like that?
No, I haven't, actually.
Do you know any keyboard shortcuts?
I mean, like I know Control C, Control V, Control Z. Yeah, I know those.
Oh.
Not a complete idiot, Derek. I just mean that maybe,
I mean, Control A was like the one I knew the best.
I know about that.
Because like I've been using Control A since literally writing reports in high school.
Hey, you remember that report in high school that you wrote that I paid you for?
Yeah, and it sucked because like you got a better grade than I did on my usual papers. So
Yeah, $50, man. That was the best $50 I ever spent.
like with the same
It was a research paper.
like with the same teacher, that report would have gotten a C from me, but because you were like not in the AP class, it got a B, which
Low
was
expectations, brother. Low expectations.
sucked. I hate high expectations. This is why people who are in those gifted programs or AP classes or anything, they always get like anxiety and stuff because it just broke us.
It broke us. It made us less than people. It was the Vietnam of high school, apparently.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I never did homework, or I hated writing papers, so
yeah,
I had you. Which is funny because currently, dude, I probably write more than you do. Like, I'm typing all the time. Like, I've been typing the entire time we've been recording this shit.
Yeah, I'm just literally. I do short stories. That's the only writing I do. At work, the most I'll write is like a couple sentences. I don't have to actually write like papers. So.
Well, so anything else you want to add about your life, Derek?
I mean, I don't
Feel free
think
to keep going. I don't have that much.
I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize that I had a 1-month stint as a YouTuber.
I remember that.
Yeah, I did a lot of things. I ate food, reviewed stuff. It was a fun time. I even did a short film. Got my brother and some friends involved. It came out super cheesy, but all horror is kind of cheesy in a way, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of one of the interesting things about horror movies. They're so gruesome and sometimes crazy, but really they all have a sense of, like, ridiculous cheesiness to them. And that's why they sell, you know?
Yeah, and I got to let Holly let out her inner evilness and kill me and my friends, so that was fun.
Yeah, I could see her doing that, too. It fits the scheme, you know?
Yeah, she played a very villainous girlfriend in a very scary way. I was low-key terrified.
Low-key terrified. Yeah, I mean, I almost forgot about the old YouTube run you had. Some of that food was pretty cool looking, though. I gotta be honest. Most of it was pretty good, right? Like most of it ended up being pretty good.
Yeah. I did one of my segments that I did. I think it was every Wednesday was Wacky Wednesday foods. So I just combined weird combinations. I did like Flamin' Hot Cheetos and milk. That was actually not bad. I did a peanut butter and syrup chicken sandwich. That was actually really good.
I was about to say, it sounds pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah. What else did I make? I had that pizza that was basically a dessert pizza.
All candy? Yeah, it was like all candy, and yeah, it was like a diabetes pizza. I remember that.
Yeah, and Ricky threw it all away because I literally took a vacation like a few days later, and he just threw it away. I was like, "Wait, where'd it go?" He's like, "It was in the fridge for a week." I'm like, "I was still eating it."
Yeah, that one looked really good. There's a lot of cool things like that. That you know, we spent a lot of time trying weird foods, didn't we, Derek?
Yeah, but we also have fast food way too much because remember back in the day when we had the sweet tea and we had a little too much.
The cocaine sweet tea, yeah, man. In case you guys didn't know, Popeye's chicken restaurant seasons sweetens their tea with cocaine. Apparently. Now that being said, I'm just kidding. Don't sue me, Popeyes, because I feel like they might sue me for saying that. So I was kidding. It's a joke. I think they would. I think Popeyes really would sue me for that.
I mean, considering how much money they made off the chicken sandwich.
Hey, those chicken sandwiches are pretty good, but I will say, like, it's not that much better than, or even better than Chick-fil-A. Like, they taste pretty similar to me.
Yeah, just kind of what kind of flavor you're going for. Because I feel like the Popeyes has a lot more spice to it, but they're a lot more bread heavy. But Chick-fil-A has a better like balance of everything. In a way, I guess.
So which one was your favorite?
I mean, honestly, I don't go to either that often because they're both kind of overpriced.
No, that's true. That's totally true.
So.
Yeah, I enjoyed both of them. I did. I think they're both good. Both have their place. I probably would get Popeyes more often just because I go to Popeyes more often.
Yeah,
and again, when I go to Popeyes, I get chicken strips. So.
Yeah, usually my go-to fast food though is like I've said in past episodes, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and Sonic. Those are probably my top three. So
Yeah, man. Taco Bell's life.
yeah, you spend $5, you're full for like 24 hours.
Yeah, Taco Bell's very good. We used to go to Taco Bell all the time. And that goes back into the high school things. We went a lot after high school and during high school.
Yeah, we definitely went a lot during high school because I remember during summers, I would literally get off the snowball stand and we would go to Taco Bell and we get the beef 5-layer back when it was $1.
Dollar beef. Yeah, man, that's crazy how like it's not $1 anymore.
Yeah, it's like
it's like expensive now.
it's like $2.29 now.
Yeah, it's insane, dude. Like it is insane what we pay. Like we didn't pay that much for 5-layers back in the day.
No, we
They were
didn't.
$1.
But was there anything else interesting that I've done over the past few years? I mean, I promote my music and short stories all the time on here, but I don't really do too much. I just watch a lot of shows and movies and occasionally read books. I do that sometimes.
I like to wake up in the morning and not be dead. That's what I like to do sometimes.
I just like to exist, you know, which I spent
was that?
like
What was it?
what?
Oh, there we go. I heard like a weird noise. I think it was just a mic cutting out, kind of weird.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I just didn't know what it was. I was like, what is that noise? I'm scared. I'm afraid. So yeah, I mean So but you see, still though, you've done a whole lot of things. Like you've done a lot of like things throughout the year. You know, you did the trip to L.A. and you've been in New York and I haven't done that, man. I went to Disney World a bunch after high school. That's about all I've really done.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Disney World. Like, it's an amazing place to go, but you got to branch out, man.
Nah, man, I'm good. I'll stay keep going to Disney World. I like my Disney World life.
Because I mean, like, me and some friends are planning a trip to the UK in a couple of years, so you got to branch out.
Yeah, I'm not going. See, I don't fly. That's
What's wrong with flying?
I don't do it. If I was meant to fly, I'd have wings, bro. I don't have wings. So
Are you scared of heights? Is that what this is?
I'm not really scared of. No, I wouldn't say I'm scared of height. I just don't. I don't know. I don't like flying. It feels weird. It's a weird situation. It's a weird thing.
Dude, I love flying, honestly. Which, low-key, I'm trying to convince my friends for us, since we're not going to go on the trip for like another 2 years, to get first-class tickets whenever we fly to the UK, because might as well be comfortable when we fly for, 12, 13 hours.
Man, that's probably really expensive, though. I bet.
About $3,000 to $4,000.
Jesus. Like round trip or one way?
Round trip.
Oh, well, I mean, that's round trip. I mean, still, though, man, it's like shit. That's like, whew, nah, man, I'm good. I'll be chilling. I'm straight.
So you'd rather just be in like a normal chair for 12, 13 hours, barely able to move, and you have to sleep because the plane's going to arrive like 9, 10 a.m. the new time?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just not going to go. That's how I'm going to deal with that. I'm just not going to go. Nah, man, that flying ain't for me, I'll tell you. But, so I guess, how long have we been going, Derek? What are we at right now? I need to figure out how much longer, how long I got to make my story.
Do you think you could talk for like 10, 15 minutes?
Oh, yeah, wow, you've talked that long? Jeez, that's new for you, man.
It's been like 35 minutes.
Damn, dude, okay. All right, no, not a problem. Yeah, so for me, we graduated high school. We went to a project graduation. And so I sold my soul to the devil. And, no, I'm kidding. I was working at Walmart at the time. I did my little run in college. Several times, actually. I'm just kind of dumb, apparently. I just can't. I play around too damn much. That's what it comes down to. But then I became a cop. That had to be, 2014-ish? How long was I out of 2015 maybe?
I don't know.
I think I've been doing it 4 or 5 years now. Anyway, I became a cop at the.
Wait, no, it was 2016.
2016. Okay, 4 years.
Because I remember because you were in the academy whenever we went go see Fall Out Boy, and that was 2016.
I was in the academy. Yeah, I forgot about that. Academy. Then I went to. So I became a cop again with Derek's father's help. Helped me out with that. And so yeah, I started in St. Mary Parish, the sheriff's office, and then I went to Nicholls State University, where I'm currently employed as a cop. And it's the greatest job ever. Everybody's just chilling, we're having a good time, having fun. And then in between all that, let's see, I had a baby. I mean, I didn't have a baby. My wife had a baby. because that would be weird if I had a baby.
Yeah,
Can I have a baby? Is that
yeah.
possible?
You're not Arnold Schwarzenegger, so no.
Yeah, so I did all that, and of course I got married November of 2019. Weird year. I should have waited until 2020. It would have made more sense. Except now, I don't know if I don't know if you can get married now. This coronavirus is taking all of our rights away. But see, it's funny though. Actually, when I first became a cop, when I was in the academy, you might remember this, Derek. My first day of the academy, I found out that I was having a child. So I was going to quit because I was like, yeah, screw this. This is too much. But of course, my girlfriend at the time, who later became a wife, was like, hey, I'm pregnant. And I was like, oh, I guess I got to be a cop. I guess that's the sign. I got to keep being a cop. And but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did it. It has its own rewards, as much as it has its own risks, but it's not a terrible job. Recently got promoted to well, rather, I'll wait on that. I don't want to make it public yet. So we'll talk about that in another episode. Because it's official, but it's not official with the public yet. So we're gonna wait on that. I don't want people to go back and be like,
I mean, this episode's not coming out until like middle of May, so
still I don't want people to come back and be, oh, they recorded it. You never know, man. Working for the state, they got some weird rules. And yeah, man, ever since then it's been on the prowl, man. Been trying to, trying different things and really enjoying it. I think a lot of times we're too hard on ourselves when it comes to what's going on in our lives. We always want to be somewhere that we're not. We always think it's so much better. But I could tell you, it really, the whole thing is what you make of it, and that's the most important part about life after high school. During high school, it's all, everything's kind of planned out for you. You have a routine. You wake up in the morning, you go to school, you come home, you don't do anything, or you do your homework, whatever the case may be. I think we learn in doing what we're doing now and in living life that it's basically just a constant game of like, we're making mistakes and then we're correcting them and then we're making mistakes again. And every day you just try to do a little bit better than you did the day before. And for the most part, I think we're all, succeeding in that. I mean, you're a great example. I mean, I feel like I'm a good example these days where you just got to kind of keep working at stuff until it, you keep punching at it until it works out. And I think that's where it's where you should be. It's where you want to be. Nobody wants to be like always at the end of the line. But the only way to get further than that is to, just do it. Keep trying, and sooner or later things work out, man. I certainly believe that as long as people try and keep working at something, it all works out in the end. Everybody ends up being pretty well off. And that's a good thing, yeah, man, see, I don't have anything. You went to New York, saved the world. What am I supposed to do, man? I should have started this. You set up people's high expectations. I've done nothing. Went to Disney World like 5 times. That's all I've done in the past, however many years it's been since we graduated.
Wait, save the world. I'm not Jimmy Neutron. But
you do.
As much as people want me to be Jimmy Neutron with my big head and all that, no.
Well, I was gonna say it, but you said it. No, I mean, just you've been a lot of places. But what's interesting is that you're a good example of somebody who's you're doing it though. Like, even though you're not you're not working in your field, you still kept your head up. You still did a good job where you were, and you've gotten rewarded to some degree for that. And even if you stay where you're at, sooner you'll continue to get that because you work. You're one of those guys that I don't think anybody can argue that you do your job every day, and that's important. Whether you work at Walgreens or whether you're a rocket scientist, that's the main thing. Is getting out there doing it and making mistakes and learning from them. That's just being human, or whatever you call it. Dude, speaking of, one of the coolest things I've done since high school is watch that Tiger King documentary. Have you done that?
I watched 3 episodes. I was like, nah.
Really? Oh, I loved it, man. It's fantastic. But I'm going to save that because we're doing a Blockbusters episode, and I feel like that could be counted. Are we going to count Netflix plays? Because, I mean, technically, it's the number one show on Netflix. Like, that's something, right?
I mean, the thing is, we already kind of talked about it in the episode you missed, so.
Oh, no. I said, well, God dang it. God, I hate when I miss episodes. I really do.
You've only missed one.
Yeah, I know, but I hate it because then I can't come on here and be like Carol Baskin. I can't, I can't attack Carol Baskin for being a bitch. Like,
But actually, one thing we talked on the episode that you missed, I think you would actually find kind of interesting, is we actually talked about a couple conspiracy theories.
really, really. Well, that's not. I mean, doesn't fit the current topic, but
I mean,
once we cut, so what are they? What were they? Which ones?
So on the episode we talked about the 5G conspiracy,
Oh, right, that's a big one right now. Yeah.
and also one that was brought up by Shane Dawson and some other YouTubers is the Dasani water conspiracy theory.
I don't know anything about that one, and I drink Dasani water.
Don't.
Why? What's in it?
So the short version is it includes water. What's the word I'm looking for? A drying agent. So like it literally dries out your mouth. There is a tiny amount of the chemical they use on inmates that are on death row when they just do lethal injection. That's in it, and also just straight salt.
So it's supposed to make you more thirsty. The sons of bitches.
Yep.
Sounds like some Carol Baskin shit right there. Anyway. Yeah, I've taken the blame in all of my problems on Carol Baskins.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to a Walgreens lately, but they started doing a little mini announcement in between some of the songs on the radio where it's like, oh, we appreciate you staying 6 feet away during this time, blah, 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 helping each other stay safe. I named her Carol because I want to name her after Carol Baskins.
Because she's annoying, right?
Yes, I name all, pretty much any like automated system that we have at Walgreens, I named. So anytime one of the sensors or the buttons go off where it's like customer service needed in zone, insert the zone here, I'm just like, shut up, Karen. Because I named that one Karen. Named the announcement person Carol. And when I have to call a store, what do I call her? I called her something. I don't remember what I called her, but yeah, I tried to name all the stupid like automated voices, and they're all annoying.
Yeah, Carol Baskin, man, that's the one. It's weird because she's like the victim in that show, but everybody hates her.
I hated everyone on that show. Like, no one had redeeming qualities.
Yeah, no, you're actually right. And I will say, she definitely killed her husband. Let's just quit pretending like she didn't murder her husband.
I mean,
and you know,
I mean, it is pretty obvious that she killed her husband, but you know,
yeah, that's Carol Baskin for you, man. Out here murdering her husband. Better than the Tigers, man. Which, I mean, if I had a tiger, that's probably what I would do it. So I have to feed people to it. I mean, it'd be the easiest way to get rid of people, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, you could buy a tiger on the internet for $2,000.
Yeah, I already got one cat. It's enough for me.
I was just surprised at how easy it was. You could literally go on the internet right now and buy a tiger.
I feel like in some states it's illegal. What the crap just fell? Oh.
No, it's illegal in this state, but you can still do it. Like, they're not stopping. Like, it doesn't seem like they're really stopping people. Which is crazy because, I always thought it would be harder to buy a tiger, but apparently that is not the case.
I mean, honestly, the cost is kind of lower than I expected, but...
Yeah, dude, there's a website. It's like exoticpets.com or some shit, and you can buy them for like $2,000. You could buy a baby panda.
But why?
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying you can. Like, I wouldn't do it, but
Okay, well, anyways, so I thought as a way to kind of end this episode is we can each kind of talk about things we wish we could have done differently with our lives after high school.
All right, cool. You go first.
Oh, well, why me?
I don't want to. Well, okay. I mean, I'll go first, but it's not gonna be very much. I wish I'd have focused more on education. There's no doubt about that. I feel like that would be, now that I don't like being a cop. Like, I enjoy my job and I enjoy my family and stuff, but that just something more to fall back on than what I already have, and I feel like I could have done that more if I'd have focused. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty okay with most part. Like, there are times where, like, oh, I wish I'd have done this, but as far as like overall things that I wish I'd have done, it's that one thing.
Yeah.
What about you, Derek?
I mean, for me, I enjoy the life I have. I get to travel, go to concerts, all that fun stuff. I do wish I would have leaned more into be more aggressive in applying to jobs that are in my degree, because I feel like it's getting farther and farther away. So like, I feel like I'm forgetting more and more. Like I'm getting like a lot of the recording stuff kind of back in my brain because I've been doing the podcast, writing my own music and stuff. But like some of the stuff with like copyright and legal aspects, or just any of the other aspects of music, are just like going away from my brain. Even the promotion stuff, like I kind of have like a gist of like promotions, but I definitely wish I would have like tried to push harder rather than just like a couple applications get like rejected and then just keep at Walgreens for several years.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you know, a lot of it, and it's sort of the same. It's interesting because that question it's a good question, but everybody's answer comes down pretty much the same thing, and that's just applying yourself and being more vigilant and making those decisions a little more better, if you will.
Yeah.
More better. What the hell? You know what I mean? You know, and you know, you just don't want to be a Carol Baskin. You know, you want to be better than that. It's the most important thing. You know, it's and you know, you grow to, what's the word? You grow to like mega appreciate those things in your life. You know. You see what I did?
Yeah. You're trying to talk
Brought
about
it back.
bring back the larger aspects of life. You know.
You know, it's a mega decision. You know, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I can see that. I can see where you're coming from with that. Because I think in a way that, you know, like I said, everybody's answer is different, but the overarching thing is similar.
Yeah, because like a lot of what I've been through over the past years have made me who I am. Like the friends I've met, the adventures I've gone on. But I definitely wish I would have had a more career mindset rather than a just go with the flow mindset.
Yeah, but then, you know, then I look at it, we're still pretty young. You know, what are we like? How old are we now?
We're 26.
26, yeah. Still pretty young, you know. Not dying anytime soon. Maybe.
I mean, that corona is going for everybody.
That Rona 2020, man. By the way, I was serious about that last time. That is my Xbox name now. So, you know, everybody go add me on Xbox. Rona 2020.
Yeah, go at him, play some games with him. He'll probably beat you, but it's fine.
No, I'm not that good these days, man. It's not like I used to be. I'll tell you, I've lost something. I just can't do it like I used to. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, did you
practice time?
Did you lose it after I beat your ass in Madden?
Oh shit! You know what? All right, that's fine. Wait till this Corona's up, boy. I'm coming in strong. Coming in strong, Derek. You're gonna regret saying that. You're gonna regret all this shit talk you've been doing. You're gonna regret it. But I'll get to you. You won. But that's the last time you're gonna win.
All right. That's how it is. Okay.
You're gonna pay for that every day the rest of your life. Trust me.
Well, we are recording this ahead of time, but I'm sure Aaron's band's still on hiatus. But I should have some more short stories and maybe another song. I don't know. I'll try to get another song out there soon. And yeah, just make sure you're checking out the podcast. We're everywhere: SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, Google, everywhere. And
don't be a Carol Baskin.
And don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't do that either. Oh Lord, that's funny.
All right, well,
well,
I guess we're done. So we'll see you guys next week.